UNP, BN United, Fury, all these teams are going to go to PGC. There's no world in which that they miss out for the more northern Miramar than the more southern Miramar.
Yeah, I think I agree with you as well. I feel that the northern finishes are a little bit more exciting, a little bit more interesting. There's something about the terrain that makes it a bit more difficult to play. You have that Death Valley in the circle for this one, just outside of El Azahar. There's that massive valley in between two cliffs that we could see play a factor later on in the piece, and that'll be an exciting finish if we get there. For now, though, we'll just take a step back from thinking about all the repercussions of this game and enjoy it as it goes by. The last 30 minutes or so of PCS APAC for 2021, and I think we can bask in what has been a very enjoyable year for PUBG Esports. I'm sure that the players would agree. Things have been quite exciting. I've enjoyed PCS. I think since the introduction of PCS, we've really seen some, super exciting games, some really good stuff. And I'd love to go back to the days where we had the Oceanic circuit as well, Xenox. I think that there is a argument to be made for that as well. But just being able to see this intercontinental kind of a tournament.
Now, I did say they have to win. I don't actually think they have to win. There's probably a world in which a team that hasn't won a chicken dinner, for example, wins and overtakes AAA and puts them further down, but MSC kind of maybe hold on to that second place. That could be enough for them to then in fact, it probably should then be enough, right? Because there's only 1 point, literally the difference right now between MS Chonburi and Attack All Around for best tied team. So as long as MSC can sort of hold their position and Attack All Around fall down, or MSC go up. So that's the main sort of storyline with that team, of course, but you'd like to have destiny in your own hands more than anything. We'll see how all of that plays out, but that's a big one to focus on because that's the only two teams that are still battling for a PGC slot here in this final game.
And I know we're sort of talking about all these possibilities, and it's probably getting a little bit convoluted as a viewer. Rest assured that there is going to be confirmation at the end of the show as well. Does drop to Hanzyy from Eagle365. The rest of 36 Cartel coming across to try and assist, but sSuspekT hasn't made the seat swap work, and that is the end of PCS 5 APAC for 36 Cartel as they get finished off pretty quickly in game number 6 of the evening. But yeah, over
the last year or so. And so for a team like 36 Cartel kind of coming in for the first time in this environment, I actually think they did pretty well. They didn't look scared. They tried to take some things on. They had some unlucky moments. Don't be disheartened, boys. Honestly, you did a really, really good job, and you will have gained so much experience moving forward into the next year. I'm excited to see what they're able to do.
The eastern flank. They're on the coast at the moment, and they'll have to get past Game Home. Fury's also hanging around in this area, but they're not really in a firing position to put any shots in on towards Sharper Esports. Maybe Ykikamucow, but he might even be a little bit more interested in the shots that are being put through by Game Home. There is a very nice circle shift, though, if you are Unicorn Phoenix in particular. They've got that 2-2 split, so they're in a really great spot. But BN United also looking quite good, setting themselves up in what is a little bit of a shanty town here, I suppose. But a lot of teams out towards the western side of the map will not be too pleased to see that one heading back over the top of Unicorn Phoenix and BN United. Not that they would know that those are the two teams that are more or less sitting in the center, but...
Do you mean the east?
Eastern side of the map, yes. Moving
I was going to say, I'm looking out west and I'm like, I don't see anyone there.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yep. So never eat soggy wheat, big Xenox.
I didn't mean to call you out there, mate. I just swear to you. I was just so confused. I'm like, is he talking about Eagle365? I don't think so. But
no, I'm not. I'm talking about all the teams out on the eastern coast, of course. But yeah, they're going to have to move, and they're not going to be happy when they find out eventually that it is Unicorn Phoenix and BN United that are pretty much sitting in the center of the circle. MSC look like they're going to have to get away with only the 3 players. They've more or less left Julio for dead.
And that means for MSC, if they don't win this game, it's all about hoping that other teams are going to allow them to, of course, hold their position in second place and also put AAA down a place as well. So that basically means that they're hoping for a team that hasn't won that finds the win, essentially, without also overtaking that second place. So basically, anyone that's not UMP, I guess. Cerberus, though, Himas just scanning around, can't find anything, not really too worried for Cerberus at the moment. Does find skeeT, though, who is standing still, takes a few shots, unable to hit those ones in particular, as Alec goes down for the colony. Belmoth getting that elimination. As we are just under 2 minutes away now from Phase 3, that should probably be where this really does pick up quite a bit, especially here on Miramar when you get down towards the late game. Cerberus holding Junkyard, they're in a pretty decent position. Unicorn Phoenix still with a 2-2 split. As for MS Chonburi though, Jordan, they did get the revive. They've still got 4 players up. They've still got Destiny in their hands.
That's a nice way of putting it, Xenox. If they can manage to find a way to win this game, then they are still definitely going to put themselves in a good spot.
This is probably the one game where you do want to have your driving skills at 110%. And bit of Minas Generalis as well, still in the circle too. You can have a bit of a fallback option. Probably don't want to be on the north side right now for Sharper Esports, made in Thailand. Not sure how they're going to be able to get into the circle. Simon gets knocked down by Gems.
This could be big. If BN United lose a player, that nade is going to have to be an absolute miracle to make the distance.
That is a long, that's a long throw, but also, how does he think that's going to actually make the distance?
I suppose banking on the fact
did
that
pretty
it
well,
just
though.
Bounce down the hill. You know, he's
No,
got the elevation. He's going to go for it. Here we go again. It looks not quite close enough.
That's way too far. That's way too ambitious.
Look, when you know it's BN United, maybe you've got to give it a crack.
Yeah, to a degree. Don't blame you there.
Well, they get the res off. They're BN United, so they won't be overly concerned with the proceedings. Unicorn Phoenix have rejoined their forces together to bring all 4 into this compound.
Oh, could you imagine UMP somehow push on to BN United? Wouldn't that be a treat to watch? Again, basically. Yeah. We saw it obviously in the last game as well. For the Fury fans, they're down to the south. No one really around them. Obviously, we saw MS Chonburi had some sightlines, but probably nothing to come down to the south for some time, at least maybe until Phase 4. Which may force them to move forward at some point, maybe towards Junkyard and Cerberus. Looking perfectly timed with the observers as well coming on over. So I think Fury now starting to get moving. And as to where they actually move, it will be south of Junkyard. And so they are actually playing very far away from the north side teams like UMP, like BN United. So they're on kind of on their own way down to the south. As Tino is going to be knocked down. Venotica literally watching that nade fly over his shoulder. Now he sees an opportunity with these players of Sharper Esports on the bug. He doesn't land the shots though. Maximus already over on the other side as well. And we can actually have a pretty decent fight here between Daytrade and Sharper Esports. Maybe Thailand's around there as well. And ArkAngel Predator too, keeping an eye on this. The north side's very congested.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not just going to be Sharper and Daytrade going toe-to-toe. There's a bunch of teams. You get to get a bit of a better look at it now here on the map. And we'll also see where the next circle shift ends up going toward. Again, another southern shift will really throw chaos into the ranks with all those northern teams, but they get bailed out of a bit of trouble. ArkAngel Predator very pleased with that one. So is Game Home, Easy Esports, who are still looking for their first win of the week and might mark the 11th team to get a chicken dinner on the board if they find it right here. Duckmans has taken a player away from Daytrade. And Sharper Esports losing 6 sacks as well will not be happy with how things are proceeding at this point in time.
17 minutes gone by. Of course, BabyRAGE United, they just get to sit back here and sort of watch which teams are going to be joining them at PGC.
Yeah.
Although they probably would have preferred being here. For those who aren't aware, of course, they did not qualify for PCS 5. That was the big talking point a few weeks ago.
Yeah, MS Chonburi, though.
Yeah, making their rotation now all in one vehicle is never a good sign. The quicker you can get out, the better usually your chances of survival are. Puchil's eliminated by Evil Patrick. And yeah, that's Killer of the Colony still behind him. And he's going to be someone to keep an eye on. Oh, he gets at least one.
How has he not been spotted right here? He's going to wait for them to get in the vehicle, tap some shots through, headshot! Killer gets the better of Jiaoman, and he certainly is going to be left for dead. He's going to put some more shots in onto the rest of the Rogue players as well. Helps Clory's out to finish off Rogue, and this is the dreams dissipating away for MSC. They needed to get themselves a win here. They needed to do well, and unfortunately, they're not going to be given that opportunity. Broken apart by Game Home and Colony.
Their fate now out of their hands. Yeah, you'd have to say so. Godnew does eventually get rid of Killer. That's the Colony. Eliminated. Julio. No more smokes. Those that have been thrown are his only ones. And I sense that the trip here is just too much Game Home watching. So that will mean that they will need another team to sort of edge attack all around down the standings, which has actually just happened in terms of the kills. Game Home, by getting those kills, has put AAA down below. So technically, right now, as it stands, MSC actually in the better. As Made in Thailand are just gone. They get obliterated by Eagle365. Jekzy will get revived here, although maybe not. That blue's actually pretty quick. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity to do so. As MS Donburi finally eliminated. Insight and Cow in the kill feed with 2 knocks onto How and tRycK. Gloomslow's the one that gets that kill. This is a bit of a skirmish happening here. Now down towards the southwest. AAA, Fury, all taking place. Seiryu Esports, they were unfortunately the team in the middle. They get completely annihilated. And by the way, Fury did lose Insight, so they're down to just the 3 players. Getting a win here now with 3 going to be a little bit harder for them.
It definitely is, especially considering attack all around is breathing down their necks right now from above. Grenades are starting to fly in the direction of Fury, but they're not actually landing just yet. Fury relatively unscathed for the moment, and attack all around have bigger fish to fry, perhaps. Unicorn Phoenix in a battle with Jayers, and he is starting to book it. You can see on the map right there, trying to get away from the reinforcements coming through to res that blue. And it's given a bit of breathing room for Fury. The circle shift came in the meanwhile, by the way, and BN United are in a good spot right now.
Fury's in trouble here. Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
But Saki is going to get the knock onto Ykikamucow, and I dare say the rest of the Fury lads won't be lasting too much longer. They're sending it. They're going down. Fludd is out of the picture, and it is just 1 man left alive. Ronon. And there is surely now no chance that Fury will take the top spot in PCS 5. BN United can breathe a sigh of relief because Fury are down to just 1 remaining member.
Well, they're going to go to PGC. That's sort of the main goal. But once again, another PCS event that Fury have not been able to be the winners. But at the very least, they do win something. So that's kind of a nice feeling anyway to still qualify for PGC. Sharper Esport take it out in 10th place. 9 teams remaining, 29 alive. 1 of them still being BN United. They're still up. Unicorn Phoenix down to just 2 players, Hungbo Ditch and Dat Blue. So their odds of being able to find something here continues to dwindle. The odds of them being able to satisfy 70% of the pick and voters is starting to unfortunately dissipate. And even that blue is just going to envelop them, and the damage is just going to be paramount. AAA watching and waiting and being able to gatekeep them out to the far west, as well as BN United, who might be able to actually just win this game and go to 3 wins. How about that from a night where, not even a night, but a week where everyone's winning, and then suddenly BN United just go bang, bang, and win 2 in a row.
Well, it would not be the first time that has happened, and it certainly wouldn't be the last. BN United won 2 in a row in week number 1, 2 in a row in week number 2. They might get it here in week number 3 as well, as Fury is eliminated officially. Ronon out of the picture. Unicorn Phoenix also gone, so with that, BN United will mark themselves as the winner of PCS 5, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think that there's anything that can be done now because Unicorn Phoenix don't get any money this week. Literally no money from winning week 1 and winning week 2, but losing completely in week 3. They're going to lose the whole thing. So BN United basically assured. I don't want. I'm really hesitant here to say it's 110% here, Jordan, because you know,
could blow up in your face.
It could absolutely blow up in my face, but 100%. It's looking very likely that is being the case.
Well, ArkAngel Predator and Cerberus might still look to try to play spoiler. ArkAngel Predator with 4 players alive. Game Home are quite nearby. Circle Shift goes right on top of ArkAngel Predator, so still some more work to be done for Easy Esports, for BN United. Cerberus all coming up from the south or across from the west. It's Game Home and ArkAngel Predator that are jostling for the really premium control of the circle right now.
Of course, ArkAngel Predator would still be fighting for that top spot as well if they can win this game.
Well, I don't think they'd have enough. They'd get to 41k if they won first, but Unicorn Phoenix
they would be
20k, and they'd be at 57 overall. So ArkAngel Predator cannot overtake Unicorn Phoenix, even if they win tonight. For the tournament as a whole, I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't they be tied? Well, we'll worry about that later. Obviously, they can still win week 3, and that will get them 29k. You do the math, Jordan. Isn't that 41K? Isn't that more than 37K?
Yeah, but Unicorn Phoenix would come second, and they would get 20,000.
No, what are you on about? They're
Sorry,
last.
BN United. Sorry, you're right.
BN United, yeah, they'd get 20. That would put them on 41K.
I'm looking at the wrong team.
You're looking at you're confusing me so much, Jordan. I apologize, everyone, but yeah, this is why you don't do maths on stream. Still, we'll keep an eye on it as it does develop attack all around with just one player remaining for ArkAngel Predator. They've got all four. So does Cerberus, so does BN United, who, well, they have their destiny in their hands still as well if they can win this game. There's an all opportunity. A bit of an eye of the storm moment here. Not much has really taken place over the last couple of minutes anyway. Zest does get knocked down by Janku for attack all around. That's it. 6th place for them in this particular match. Out in 7th. There's a chance that Game Home actually maybe overtake them, but with MSC already now below Fury, that's it. They're not going to be able to make PGC. So for attack all around, looks like they will be booking their ticket to PGC. For Game Home, 4 players alive. Can they find a win here as well? Looking for their second. Game Home, though, do lose both GodU and Glories instantly to CJ. Big play for ArkAngel Predator, still fighting tooth and nail towards the end here in the final game. So much on the line for them as well as BN United. Cerberus still with 4 up. Haven't really engaged too much recently.
Don't count out Easy Esports still. They've got 4 alive as well, and they are still searching for their first win here in week number 3. They've got a relatively clear open side of the circle. CJ from ArkAngel Predator looking to dispatch of the last couple of remaining Game Home players. He's going to cop some shots back in his direction. Flash is going over, discussing, just hiding, biding his time. But there's no push coming through from CJ just yet. He might be calling in the reinforcements. Needs to be a little bit wary of the Cerberus players above him as well. CJ seems to be in an awkward spot here. It's going to be difficult for him to get out unscathed.
Look at this circle. This is a really, really good zone for ArkAngel Predator. Probably less so now for BN United. This moves hard away from them. They're also in a position where they're kind of pinched between Easy Esports, Cerberus. There's so many teams down to the south that they will, eventually need to start getting moving towards the circle. AAP can control the east side looking down to the south. They should be able to get rid of GodU and Disgusting as well. Do need to be careful, of course, though, if they can get a weird angle here onto, say, CJ, who is kind of pinched at the moment. They need to be able to help him get back to the rest of the team for AAP.
It's gone through for CJ. He's just going to try and make the run with the cover of the smokes. It's looking pretty good for him so far. Cerberus and BN United once again getting into a bit of a battle. That would have been nice if that was a grenade that bounced on top of Simon T, but in the end, it's not going to be enough to do any damage. It was a smoke or a flash or something like that. Cerberus have 5 kills out of this one, though, and they might be making a run in for a top placing in week number 3. They didn't get any money in weeks 1 and 2. First place on offer, though, for week 3. If they can dismantle BN United, go on to win this game, they'd have enough kills.
So I've just
29K in the bank.
I've just very quickly, by the way, the tiebreaker is in favor of BN United in terms of total number of winner-winner chicken dinners over the 3 weeks. So even in the event that they're both on 41K, the tiebreaker goes to BN United, which, by the way, they are just getting torn to shreds right now by Cerberus. High Saki will get Simon. Zest is gone. Only Young B is left standing for Boundam United. But while they may lose this battle, Jordan, they're going to be winners in so many different ways.
They certainly are. They are going to be very, very happy with their performances here in PCS 5. To go with what they did in PCS 4, 2 very solid results in a row. Cerberus Esports, in the end, are eliminated. But then again, so is BN United. So mutually assured destruction, something that's come up a lot, and it'll come up again in the final game of the tournament. Now we find ourselves, by the way, in another 4-on-4. ArkAngel Predator battling it out for 2nd place overall in PCS 5 if they can get the chicken dinner here. Easy Esports looking for their first chicken dinner in the week. And they're also looking to put a record on for PCS. If they win this one, it'll be the first time 11 different teams have found a chicken dinner in a PCS tournament. So that would be something to be quite excited about as well. There's 2 cool storylines depending on who wins.
Well, the other part of this as well is for ArkAngel Predator, they literally need all 4 kills to tie the kill portion with BN United anyway. For this week in particular. I don't know what the ramifications are going to be there. I'm just quickly looking for best game here. BN United had obviously the 18 kill win that actually just took place. And
big one.
Yeah, that was that ends up coming back to really help them out, doesn't it? In two ways, by getting that big game, but also getting those kills in the first place. For AAP, they're on 7 kills, so that's 11. So basically, I'm almost 100% certain here, but BN United should be winning week 3 and be winning overall the entirety of PCS 5 APAC. We will, of course, have full confirmation, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, who we're going to be having a somewhat of a closing ceremonies after this game. For AAP, though, and Easy Esports, 4 versus 4. AAP with the better position at the moment, but Easy Esports, if they do start to push up a little bit more on that north side, take that west side of the zone, could maybe create a bit more of a 50-50 split.
All right, well, let's just hold our horses for a moment because the game is not over yet. I can see everyone talking about it. Everyone's wondering, is it BN United? Is it ArkAngel Predator? But ArkAngel Predator have not won this game just yet, so they still need to get past Easy Esports before we even get into that discussion. Easy still have 4 players alive. CJ and Mad Dog have pushed forward for ArkAngel Predator and taken some good control of the circle, but Easy Esports are taking a different approach. They're grouped together. They're sitting as 4. And they're going to fight as ArkAngel Predator works around the flanks. Slow and steady wins the race for both of these two teams. Neither wants to make that first mistake. It's something that we've said so many times in the 4-on-4s. Mad Dog has been spotted out by Smell. There's grenades headed over his head, but he's going to be fine. He won't take too much damage from those. But Easy Esports, very close indeed, and you sense it might be Smell to make the difference for them if he can open it up. CJ might go down, Mad Dog might go down, players starting to fire some shots in. The circle will start to push in as well, and it constricts and forces the teams together.
Well, Mad Dog half health, Shin V, nade in hand. Just goes too far. Never mind, actually lands on pretty decently. I'm surprised it didn't actually do more damage. That looked like it's exploded right on top of his head. A lot of smokes now have already been deployed for Easy Esports. Of course, that's going to start to dissipate pretty soon. A lot of the zone, though, occupied through Evil Patrick's position here. So that means AAP definitely favored in this sort of position. Once those smokes dissipate, look at this. It should be very easy for Evil Patrick to just start to fight both of the kills. And he does just that. First on the Smell, then Klee, of course, through CJ as well. That's going to be the game. Shin V goes down. Y8 cannot